All right. My phone says I am live, but let's get over here to my Facebook page and see if we are live. I don't know. So slow. And we are. All right. Okay, so I am live. Let me blow this screen up. All right, so there we go. I'm a little crooked, but we're good. All right. How many times can I say, all right? We can count them. All right, so thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I'm Tina Carini with Sponge and Stamp with Tina, and this is Thursday Night Live. And today's date is January the 22nd. Okay, so I have, we are going to be creating a little bit on the fly tonight, so you guys will get to see somewhat of how my mind works when we're putting together a card. I was waiting for my UPS delivery, and it was supposed to be here between 3:30 and 5:30, which would have given me plenty of time to come up with a couple of things. Hey, Kim! But it didn't get here until about 15 minutes ago. So I had to change out my blade on my trimmer because it was really bad. Add my scoring blade. So yay, I got a scoring blade finally. The rest of the box is still not unpacked yet. So I know I had to buy new plates and a new platform for my I almost called it a big shot. Wow. For my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because mine were really wore out. And we are going to be working with a newer stamp set tonight. Well, actually two newer ones. And we're going to make a guy card, or at least I think it's guy. It's guy-ish. And we're going to do a get well card. This is a stamp set that I did just purchase because I have passed it up, and not that I didn't like it. I just like to get things, hey sister, I just like to get things that I can use in different ways. This one I think I can, but I'm going to have to really play with it. But I really needed a get well sentiment, so that's why I broke and I got it. So we're going to work with that tonight. We're going to just do some simple stamping. I'm not going to bring in the dies for that. Actually, everything that we're doing tonight is simple stamping, except for one card we are going to do a technique using an embossing folder. So I think you guys are going to really like that. All right, so don't forget, bonus days are going on. So with every $50 that you purchase before tax and shipping, you get a bonus, $5 bonus code emailed to you. You want to make sure that you save those bonus codes or write them down. Don't lose them. And you can redeem them, I believe it's February 3rd, starting February 3rd. So through the month of February, you'll be able to redeem them. Bonus days end January 31st. So make sure that you get those bonuses because you can save $5. So every $50 you get another $5 coupon. So it's limitless. So however much you need product and however much you want to spend, rack up those bonus points because the next month and you get some free stuff. All right, so also I don't have my notes with me. I think that's it. So if I remember anything else, I will let you guys know. Oh, our monthly in-person class is coming up. It is February 7th, so mark your calendar for that. If you have not registered for that class, go ahead and do so as soon as you can, because I do prepare all the card kits for everybody, especially for everybody. All right, so you guys ready to go ahead and get stamping? Let me move this out of the way and let me bring this one in. So this is the stamp set. Actually, I purchased the bundle. It's Friendly Foliage. And it's really, really pretty. And I'm glad I did get it because I think I'm going to be able to do some different things with it. But this is why I really got it was for the Get Well Soon, because I don't have one. So we always need to send Get Well cards, especially now, because people are always getting sick. All right, so let me see. Oh, I did get the bundle. Where's the bundle? Right here. I opened it. I already took it out. So this is the dies that go with it. It's really cool. I will do more demonstrations with this for you guys and show you how to use this more. But it's pretty, but not in 15 minutes. I wasn't going to do it. All right, so we have a crumb cake card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're going to go ahead and fold that up. We're going to give it a nice crease with our bone folder. Maybe. If you guys saw the top of my desk right now, you'd probably give you anxiety. All right. So there we go. We got that. Then we're going to need a layer. So we're going to use Early Espresso. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that down. I think this is already cut to 5 1/4. It is. So 5 1/4 by 4. So we're going to go ahead and cut that. So we have that. And that's going to go right on here like that. Then we're going to come in with the Very Vanilla. And we are going to do, that's 5 1/4. So we're going to do 5. Oh, that's got a mark on it. Well, we'll turn it upside down. And I don't like that edge. So we're going to go 5. Well, if I can line it up right, we're going to do 5 and 3 3/4. So just like so. All right. We're going to do that. Now the next piece we're going to do, I'm not exactly sure what size we're going to do because we're going to bring in another Very Vanilla. I need it to be big enough for this stamp. So I think we're going to keep the width of this. And then I'm just going to take a pencil and probably just go right about here. All right, so let me see what that measures. So this is 4. So we're going to do 4. No, you know what? Let's do it like this. Oh, shoot. There we go. Yay. All right, let me do it like this. This will work even better. So I think I can probably get away with 3 3/4. I don't know. 3 and, yeah, let's do 3 3/4. No, let's do 3 7/8. We're going to do 3 7/8. And that was pretty much right at my pencil line. And then this is 2 3/4. All right. Yeah, 3/4. All right. So we're going to keep that. That's going to go on there. But before we do that and before we do any stamping, we're going to take our crumb cake and a blending brush. And we are going to do some blending here. So I'm going to ink this up really good. I'm going to come in at the bottom and I'm just going to do this bottom corner with some crumb cake. Let's see. Oh, I just smudged some on there. Let's see if I can get my sand eraser. I don't want to have to cut that again. All right, so Good old sand eraser. Sometimes it does a great job, sometimes it doesn't. Well, and I just smeared more. I must have it on my fingers. All right, we'll flip it over. How about that? And I don't like how this has got a bump up here, so we're gonna take that. All right, I need to get a baby wipe because I don't know what it is lately. I go through phases where I don't get much ink on my fingers, and then there's other times where that's all I do is get ink all over my fingers and I mess up my cards. Okay. Aw. We'll miss you too, Nelda. Hey, Chris. All right, so let's try this one more time. We're gonna ink this up. I'm sure you told me where you were going, but my aging mind is, things are escaping it. We're just gonna add this on here till I get it as dark as I want it to be. Let me see, how does that look? And how does that look on there? Pretty good, that's how I wanted it. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're gonna bring in our early espresso and our piece right here. And we are going to, you know what? I didn't want to do that. Doggone it. I want to do this corner. Do I or do I not? Well, we're going to go ahead and do it because we did it. All right. So, where is my, here. So we're going to ink up our stamp in early espresso. All right. And then we're just going to stamp this down. I'm going to go down towards the bottom. I need to bring my piercing mat. Working with photopolymers, I want to make Tampa. Okay, there we go. Isn't that pretty? And then hopefully my get well soon will fit on the top of that, which is right here. We're gonna block that up. I'm gonna bring it down here so that I can see a little better. New photopolymers, they are sticky and they stick to my fingers. I'm gonna block that up. I'm gonna ink this up in early espresso and we're gonna stamp that right up here. Hope I'm straight. There we go. Get well soon. Now we're just about done with this card. I told you this card was going to be really simple, but it's really pretty. I got a little bit of fray. All right, so we're going to glue this down. I'm just going to center this on here the best that I can. Just like that. Then we're going to lay this down. I don't know. Like this. I tell you, sometimes I overthink things a little bit. And this might be one of those times. But I was trying to, I cut that crooked. And then we're going to put that right on there, just like so. So we can glue that flat or we can pop it up. I think I'm going to pop it up a little bit. So we're going to put some dimensionals on here. I'm going to take these off, just like so. We're going to center this the best. Oh, I bumped my phone. best that we can. I'm going to bring this closer so I can see. So I can see what I'm doing. All right, it's still a little crooked, isn't it? It's going to be crooked. All right, so then you can add some bling if you want to. You could add some ribbon if you want to. But since it's a guy card, I don't think I'm going to add any bling. But what I might do, oh shoot, I don't have early espresso, but we got dark crumb cake. Let's see what that would look like. We can just color these antique pearls. So we'll color those just to give them a little color. And we're gonna take our take your pick tool. Oh, you know what? They're looking kind of funky. Oops. And we're gonna put one down here. And then we're gonna, I don't like using that. I like using this end. And then we're gonna put one right here. And one right there. And there we go. There is our guy, not thank you, but get well soon. Good. I'm glad you guys like this, and I'm glad that you think it's a great card for a man. I thought it was too. So you can turn this into a happy birthday or thinking of you or whatever you want to do. But isn't that pretty? That's a really pretty card. Okay, so we are going to put these up for right now because now we're going to bring in a stamp set that you guys have seen a few times. We're going to be using Petals of Beauty. We're also going to be using, and I forgot to get the name and write this down, this one. The one that does the the plaid. Is that what it's called? Oh, I think it's called plaid something. And I don't have the cover of it. Shoot. Anyway, it's called plaid something. And it came out, what, a couple Christmases ago, and has hung around. But it's really, really cool. So we've already embossed it. So now what I'm going to show you is how I did this right here. So isn't that really cool? I think it is so cool how that is. So what you're going to take is your Night of Navy ink pad, or whatever color you want to do it. And then you're just going to carefully just dab it on here. And it's okay if it goes where you don't want it, because I think that adds a little something to it. But mostly your raised parts get more. So, and you can do it as much as you want or as less as you want. But isn't that cool? That's all you do, and that gives you a really cool texture that isn't just plain embossed cardstock. All right, so that's what we're using. We're going to use that, but I wanted to show you how I did it. Inky fingers. All right. So with that piece, we are going to be doing some basic white for our card base. Again, it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we're gonna just give that a nice little crisp little fold. Oh, I'm glad you guys like that. Yeah, it's really easy to do. You guys saw it took me no time at all. So we have our card base in basic white. We have another piece here that is, I cut this before I got my new blades because I was getting really nervous. I don't have a sample for you guys, but I pretty much know what we're doing because I kind of mocked it up. But I wasn't sure on my measurements for things because I was waiting for a stamp set to come in that we're going to use on this card. So I didn't know what I needed. So this piece here is 2 and, what is this? 2 7/8? 2 7/8. 1, 2, yeah. 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. Then we have a Night of Navy that is 3 by 3. Then we have a strip of Old Olive, which is 1 inch by, I'm going to come over here, by 3.5. And then I cut this down to 1.5 by 4 1/4. All right, so we're going to do some stamping on here, and we're going to do some stamping on this one. But before we do that, I'm going to place these where I think I want them to be. And then this is going to come here, like so. I wished my green was a little bit longer, but it's okay. So it's going to go like that. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment down here. All right. Let me see here. So I am going to be using the product of the month, Fabulous Sayings. So I couldn't wait to get my hands on this because there's so many cool sentiments in here that you can use. And I love the font. The font is really fun. Hey, Lynette. So we could do a birthday card. I think birthday might be too big, wide-wise. I was thinking we could do sending love or to a fabulous friend. But let's just play around here and see what we could do. Where is the birthday one? Happy birthday is right here. I think that might be just a little too big. Well, yeah, it is, unless we move that up some. So I don't think I'll use that one. We could use, what did I say? To a fabulous friend. We could do that one. And let's see here. Or, better yet, I'm going to make these longer. I'm going to make this longer. So we're going to do 1.5 inches. We're going to change it up. We're going to do 1.5 inches. So I'm going to cut 1.5 inches off of this. And then I'm going to make this probably about 5 inches, which it is. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I like that. So let me get a piece of Old Olive. See if I have any of my scraps that's gonna be that I can use. You know what? We can use that. Nobody will know. We'll use the back of it. I don't throw anything away because, man, you can just use it. So what did I say that was? That was 1 inch, right? So we're going to do 1 inch. We have 1 inch. And then we're going to do that one about, let's try 4.5. Let's try 4.5. Okay. All right, so that's going to go like that. And then this is going to go like this. And then we're going to do a strip with this right across there. That's what we're going to do. I got it. Okay, so we're going to stamp on this one. And this is what we're stamping right here. So I have the leaf, 2 leaves. We're going to use both of these leaves right here. So they're this one off of Petals of Beauty and, I'm sorry, yeah, this one and this one. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to be bringing in Night of Navy. This is the one I want. This one I'll save for something else. We're going to bring in Night of Navy. And did I use Mossy Meadow or did I use Old Olive? I think I used Old Olive. We'll find out. All right. You know what? I might have used Mossy Meadow. Well, we're going to use Old Olive. We'll see. We'll see how it works. So not that one. So let's move that one out of the way. I almost did it. Did you guys see that? All right, so we're gonna eat that. You know what? I'm gonna do it just like that. I think it is old olive. I don't know. Inking that up. All right, so I'm just gonna come in from the corner here, just like that. You know what? And then we're gonna do, I'm gonna come in from the side here, like so. This one is a little bit smaller than this one, because I just decided to do it that way. So we're gonna bring this one right here, just like that. And we're gonna close this up, and then we are gonna bring in this little leaf here, and we're inking this up. Oh, I hope there's room for this. Whoop, whoop. I think so. And then there, and then it can go here, just like that. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? All right, so that is gonna go. Sometimes the blue ink takes a little bit of time to dry. All right, so we're gonna add that to our Night of Navy layer. I'm gonna bring in that, and we're gonna center that on there. Oops, come on. There we go. All right, so now it's time to put the rest of the card together. So we've got this piece and this piece. We're gonna go ahead and put some glue on the back of this. I'm gonna be a little bit generous with the glue because it's embossed. And then I'm just gonna center that right on there. I'm gonna give not quite 1/4 of an inch, a little more than 1/8 of an inch border on the side, like so. Then we're gonna come here, we're gonna layer that on there. Nobody will even know that we stamped on that side. And then I'm gonna center this right about there. Let me make sure that that's about, I'm gonna bring it over just a tiny bit more. Like that. Except where it needs to be straight, not crooked. Okay, Tina. There we go. And then we're gonna pop, no, I'm gonna glue this straight. Straight down, flat down, just glue it flat. Okay. And then this is gonna go right about like so. There we go. Now we have to stamp our sentiment. So let's get that blocked up. Stick into my finger. And let's see, we're gonna do that in Night of Navy. We need a thin piece of cardstock of some white. This will work right here. Nope, I don't like that piece. All right. Look at this, you guys. I don't throw nothing away. All right, I think this will work. It might be a little bit thicker than what I wanted, but that's okay. I can bring in my little cutter and trim that right down if I need to, which I probably will. All right. Hopefully this is gonna stamp straight. All right, here we go. So we're gonna give a little trim to that. I'm gonna bring in my little cutter, and we are gonna trim this on this end over here, right there, and then I'm gonna trim off this piece right here. And that is going to get popped up right across there. All right, so let's put some dimensionals on here. I think I cut that crooked. It's all right. It's all right. And one more right here. And we are going to bling this up. I know I have some bling in this box over here. I don't remember which ones I ordered, but I know they're in there. And I'm not going to go dig through the box. All right, and that is just going to go right like so. Just like that. All right, so let's bling it. But I don't have, I'd like to bling it with some Night of Navy. And I don't think I ordered Night of Navy. And I don't have Night of Navy. I don't have a Night of Navy. What do you call it? Shoot, my brain won't even think. Alcohol marker, a blend. I don't have a Night of Navy blend. That's all right. All right, let's see here. What if we put a little bit of this on here? So we've got some linen thread here. I'm just going to tie a little bow and see how we like it. We might really like it, or we might not. Okay, I know, aren't the colors pretty? I thought these were really nice colors together. This would almost probably even could go either way, guy or girl. Maybe not with the bow on there so much with a guy, but it's really nice colors. All right, so we're gonna give this, you know what? I'm not gonna give it a trim because I am gonna stick that. Yes, I am. Okay, so we're gonna keep it. I like it. All right, we're gonna trim this up. We're gonna get a glue dot. If I can find my glue dots. All right, here they are. Well, I know I have more somewhere else. This one's getting a little low. And we're gonna go, that's like really low, it's my last one. Oh no, there they are over there. Okay, good. I thought, I know I have more. All right, I just rolled that up so that I can stick that on there. And then I'm just gonna pinch that so that it doesn't stick out past the bow. And then we're just gonna stick a bow right there on there. I'm gonna pull this just a little bit more. And there we go, there's our card. So you can put bling on there if you want to. Whatever you want to do. Your brother could use a couple of bows. You think he would appreciate it? That would be fun to do that. Uh-oh. I don't know. Ooh, that was a good thing that didn't stick to that paper. All right, so I am going to stick this back on here. All right, so that is card number 2. Now we have a really, really simple card to do. We're going to do this one. This one's really simple. This is embossed. This is using the 3D eyelet embossing folder. So I just ran it through there. We're going to stamp a sentiment across the bottom. And I think that we are going to use Fabulous Saves. And I think for this one, we just might use, I don't think it's going to be long enough. I really want to use this Happy Birthday. Oh, it will just fit. It will just fit. We're going to use that one. Or, You're on My Mind. We could use that one too. I think I will. Because, I don't know, I like my birthday cards to be just a little bit more something. So I think we're going to use You're on My Mind. And we're going to go, oh, that one's not going to fit. Happy birthday it is. Or you know what? We could do sending love. How about that? That's pretty. And then I could change up the color to this, and it'd actually be kind of February-ish. All right, so we could use a different card base. I am going to be using some retired ribbon because I have it to use. And I'm also going to bring in those. Okay, so these are actually Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink. We got some Pretty in Pink ribbon here we're going to use. I'm going to take this off, put it right there until I can get them cleaned. We are going to use Pretty in Pink. Let me get the Pretty in Pink ink. I am so sad, you guys, because some of my favorite colors, well, I shouldn't say they're my favorites, but I really, really like them a lot. One of them is, it is one of my favorites, the shades, and that is, what's it called? You believe that? It just left me. Oh my goodness, Summer Splash. Absolutely love that color because it's just a lighter version of Bermuda Bay, and so for me that was a great replacement since we no longer have Bermuda Bay. I'm just going to stick that right there. There we go. I should have cleaned that stamp. Sometimes when you get these new stamps, they got like a little film on them, so they don't stamp that great right away. So you got to clean them off or stamp it a couple of times and then it'll be fine. And I didn't, but that's all right. All right, so I am gonna take this ribbon, hopefully I have enough, and we are going to wrap this around here. And we're going to tie a bow. Attempt to tie a bow. Let's put it that way. I think that's enough. It might be more than what I need, and I think it is. I'd much rather have a little more than what I need than not enough. All right. We're going to tie that. I need to bring in my little reversible tweezers to hold that in place. I'm going to give this a little trim. All right. And now we're going to tie our bow. Hopefully. It's covering our sentiment though. Yeah, it won't. When I get this, turn this around, slide it around. Oh, I put it, there we go. Slide it. I'm going to make this bow just a little bit smaller. And then I'm probably going to trim that a little bit more. That. Actually, let me see. I need my ribbon scissors. Although my ribbon scissors are starting to get a little dull. I'm going to give that a little trim, maybe. Why am I struggling? There we go. And then, there we go. All right. And then I'm going to switch my paper to, well, you know what? What would it look like on green? Won't be very, very February though, Valentine-y, will it? Like that. But that is pretty. I do like the pretty in pink on the old olive. But let's try. I think pretty in pink and pretty in pink might be just a little much. So, what if we try, what if we try a little melon mambo? Nope, I don't like that. Okay, so how about Flirty Flamingo? How about, I know what. All right, it will be traditional. Okay, here we go. I got it, you guys. You ready for this color? I thought I'd seen enough of this color. Red. We got some real red here. Red and pink, that goes well together, right? 5.5. Because that's how you make pink, right? You add white to the red. All right, and then we're going to score it at 4.25. I just cut it in half at 5.5. And then we're going to score it. Hey, Carol. And then, oh, Chris has got to go. Sorry, guys, I have a phone call. Okay, love you. See you later. Okay, so we got my scoring blade here. So I moved my cutting blade out of the way. It's at the bottom of my trimmer. I'm going to score that. Then we're going to fold it in half. Give it a little bit of burnishing here. And then we're going to bring this in. And I think that looks pretty. I almost wished I would have stamped this in red now that I'd known that we were going to use red. But I was really trying so hard not to. All right. And then we're just going to put that down on there. And then this card is done, except for our insides. Which I didn't do any of the insides for this card. I am going to be doing a live on ways that you can decorate the inside of your card. I hope that you guys will find value in that. And I also thought I might be sharing some different ways to use your embossing folders, but then I don't know, I might just do like I did tonight, which I didn't tell you guys. I can't get my bow. I should have left it alone. It looks all wonky now. It's all right. All right. So if you notice that this is only partially embossed. So this is what I did. Let me get a piece. This will work. And I need an embossing folder. Here's the one I actually use, the Eyelet 3D embossing folder. So what I did was I put my cardstock in here, and I only put it, hopefully you guys can see. There's such a lag, I don't know, I can't see what I'm doing yet. And I hate to wait because that just is boring. All right, so you just make sure that it's straight, and you only emboss part of the cardstock. So if you wanted this to even be wider, you just move it to the width that you want, and then you make sure that you run it through with your seam here through first. You always want to make sure that you run your embossing folders with your hinge part first, because if you do it this way, you could possibly put pressure on it and break this, and then it's not going to work for you after that because it will be hard. Time to walk. Time for tank walk. Okay, Melinda. See you later. It'll break, and you don't want that because then it's hard to line it up. But that's all you do. And then let me share another little tip with you guys. On your embossing folders, they have these black lines right here. So that line helps you to line up your embossing folder or your paper to that line so that you know that it's in there straight. So I don't know if you guys do that or not, but that's a little tip for you two little tips there. So now you learn two new ways to really use your, I don't like this bow, but I don't want to redo it because I trimmed it all up. Maybe I'll cut these a little shorter. How about that? Well, that was really wonky. I used the wrong scissors and messed that up. Yeah, I gotta get some new scissors. Okay, ribbon scissors. All right, there we go. So that is that card. So everybody's leaving. Oh, I wanted to put this on. You guys pick a number, 1 through 15. The one who gets the closest without going over gets to choose one of these cards that we made tonight. All right, I'm just gonna put a dot here. Actually, I really think I want to use the darker strawberry. It's the strawberry slush. I like that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna use a big one. Maybe right about here. And then we can bring in another little one right about there. All right. That's so pretty. I think that's cute. All right, you guys. So there we have it. And then these are the cards. Let me write. Oh, wait. I can't look at y'all's thing because I haven't written down my number yet. So I can't look over there. I promised you I haven't. So what did I say? 1 through 15. All right. I have our number written down. Let me put these cards down here. Where's the other one? Right here. So you guys get to pick the one that you want. All right, so what do we have? We have 6, 9, 7, 11, and 12. All right, so the one that comes the closest without going over, the number is, I just showed you the number. All right, you guys, let's do it again. 1 through 15. Let me write my number down. 1 through 15. One that goes the closest without going up. All right. Okay, so you guys are going to have to help me now because I don't know. Okay, so we have a 12, a 10, an 8, Nelda, did you put your new number in? Oh, hey, Tori, I didn't even see you on here. Hi. All right, so we're missing Tori's number. We have Nelda's, Kim's, Carol's, Lynette's. We need Tori's number. And I think everybody else had to go, right? Okay, so Tori. 7. All right, so we have 7, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Okay, so this time I can tell you nobody went over. And the number is 15. So that would be Lynette is the lucky winner tonight. All right, congratulations, Lynette. Which one of these cards would you like for me to send you? Thanks, you guys, for joining me tonight. Thank you again if you're watching on YouTube. I so appreciate it. I really love the comments on my last video on YouTube, you guys. If you wouldn't mind to comment and give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, you guys, I hope that you do, because that really does help me with the algorithms, and it makes them want to share my videos to more people, so we can get this out there to more people. All right, you guys, congratulations again, Lynette, and I will see you guys same time, same place next week. Oh, don't forget, next week is Happy Mail, and I got some really cute cards coming your way. Okay, you guys, love ya. See you later.